Hey, I'm back with another video. So, this is gonna be super, super lighthearted. I hope nobody takes anything that I say seriously during this review. I really do, because I really just want this to be really fun and lighthearted. I'm so serious. So I'm here to review Pod Wives. Season 1, episode 1, okay? So if you don't know, Joe just dropped like a new, I guess, like little quote unquote series for his network, and it's called Pod Wife. So it's him and his girlfriend Sade, Parks and his wife Rem, and then Ian and his wife, I think her name, is it Jules? I'm gonna call her Jules. I don't know if it's Julia or Jules, but I'm just gonna call her Jules. And so the first episode came out. I want to give like some overall thoughts before like I get in, more into the episode. I'm gonna do this every week, y'all, because I think I really, really like this. Let me start off by saying that it's very clear why everybody is together, and I mean that in the nicest way. Like, everybody fits. Like Ian and his wife, like, they have good banter back and forth with each other. Rim and Parks, like, they just seem like they click on every level. Like, they seem like very much so like the same person in a lot of ways. And then with Sade and Joe, it's just some type of like, it's like a chemistry or a balance between them that you can just tell works. Like, Sade can deal with Joe and his bullshit. Joe can deal with Sade and everything that's come with her. But it's all love. Like, so I really like this because I love love, and I like the fact that we're getting to know the women, behind. I mean, realistically, I ain't trying to be funny, I could really give two shits about Ian. As far as I'm concerned, we could really switch, not his wife, because I really like his wife, but I could give two shits about Ian. We could actually, like, let's keep the wife, swap out Ian, leave Jules as like a moderator, and let's bring in like either Flip and his wife or Ice and his girl. I don't know, I could really, Ian is neither here nor there for me. So I'm trying to think how I want to go about this. If I want to go through the episode or if I want to talk about the couples individually. I guess we can kind of touch on the couples as we go. So I didn't write everything down. It was like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours. I wrote down what stuck the hell out to me, right? So, I do want to also say too, Sade is fucking beautiful. Like, I've seen her Instagram. I've been on her Instagram before, and like, I ain't trying to be funny, but she got ass and titties for days. And so like, that's kind of like the main thing that jumps out to me is how big her ass and her titties are. But like, face card never declines. My God, like, I was literally staring at Sade the whole, no cap, I am not lying when I say this. Every time the camera was on Sade, I was like, my God, woman, you're beautiful. Like, she is genuinely beautiful. Like, she is nice to fuck her body. She's a beautiful face to look at. That is a beautiful ass fucking woman, Joe. I don't even know how the hell you pulled her. She could do so much better look wise. Lord knows. Sade is fucking beautiful. Rim, that's the first time I've ever seen Rim. Rim is fucking beautiful. Parks, you lucked the hell up. Not to say that Parks is bad looking guy, but I'm just saying, Rim is fucking beautiful. And I think me and Rim are actually the same age, which is why I feel like throughout this like first episode, I was like, I agreed with Rim was me. Like, if me and my man were on this show, we would be Parks and Rim, because their relationship, from what it sounds like, is exactly how me and my man relationship is. But love Rim. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Jules, beautiful. Love her spirit. She got a nice like little attitude, just to like go through the girls real fast. Loved it. But I really had to put in my notes that Sade is fucking, that's a beautiful ass woman. She's so pretty. So, the first thing that they talk about is like, how do you deal with, mostly Rim and Sade, how do you guys deal with, like sometimes y'all business being talked about on the show and stuff. And so they asked Sade, what's the percentage that you feel like Joe has gone over the line in like the last year? And she was like 65%. That's a hell of a lot. That's a habitual line stepper, Joe. A habitual line stepper you are. And I can't really say that Sade is wrong. We don't know their relationship, but Joe tells a good amount. It's clear that I don't want to say it's clear, but it comes off as if money rules the relationship. And as long as Joe And I think Joe has said this, that as long as Joe is providing like financial support, that he could kind of do whatever the hell it is that he wants to do. And he don't understand why Sade gets so upset about him being around this bitch or doing this or doing that when he's paying all her bills, which I know he laughs and he thinks that that's funny, like when they be bringing up financial abuse, but that is genuinely financial abuse, like literally, right? So they talk about, how much he has like constantly, like stepped over the line and how she does not really like that. I would be annoyed if I was Sade too. Why are you talking about my business? Why are you talking about the fact that me and you be taking other girls down with each other? Why do you be talking about, like when I be coming at you about other bitches or whatever, I be like, keep your mouth shut. I'm with Sade, like to a degree, because my question to Sade would be, how much of Joe, like how much were you aware of like the way that Joe like pods or whatever, like in the way that he does content? Since the beginning, Joe has always, as he says, he gives it the fuck up. So when you got with Joe, were you understanding of the fact that that's how he is, that he runs his mouth and that he constantly just says whatever the fuck comes first to his mind and you don't really take other people into consideration? That would be my question to her. And my other question would, I think she said they did have a conversation about it, but he keeps doing it. So then my thing is, Sade, then, and something she said, I'm gonna get to in a second, but that lies on you then. If you've had a conversation with Joseph about him constantly putting y'all business out there and he keeps doing it and you don't do nothing about it, well, hey, here the hell we are, right? Here the hell we are. Joe also says that Sade is online a lot. Now, Sade says that Joe be putting sauce on the stuff that he be saying when he be talking about her, like, and how she is online and all of the following and the way that she inspects pictures and stuff. But if I really listen to her throughout the episode, I think she is like that. And I think that's a problem. I think you being online all the time. And I think you always being online, put it like this. When you trying to look for a problem, there's going to be a problem. Do you get what I'm saying? It's kind of like people say, like, don't go looking for something because you go and find it. Like now, if it's thrown into your face, like we'll talk about later, because let me say something real fast before we get there. Mo is, if that's true, that you outed yourself as the girl that they was talking about on Power Wives, you are dumb, because we didn't know who the hell I did not know who Sade was talking about. But I did find it interesting, the relationship that Joe had with Mo, but we'll get to that a little bit motherfucking later. We'll get to that a little later, okay? And so, she says that it's not that she's online a lot, it's just that people tag her and stuff. So what I will say is that that's fair. I'm pretty sure people tag her and shit all the time. Like when the one person, maybe this is right after the tax situation, and I think Joe was out to eat or something like that, or he was coming out of a restaurant and somebody ran up on him and he was with somebody else that wasn't Sade. So then everybody was like, I'm pretty sure at that time everybody was tagging her like, who's that? And it was Mo or whatever, which we've seen on a pod before. So from that perspective, I can understand how that's probably annoying. A lot of it, to be fair, she's probably not going to look for. It's probably brought to her attention because that's what niggas is going to do online. They was going to at somebody. Like whatever Mo posted earlier, I'm pretty sure if she ain't see that on her own, somebody tagged her and let her know. So from that standpoint, it's like, I get it. When it's like constantly thrown in your face 24/7, it's like, what am I supposed to do about that? So from that standpoint, there's not really much she could do about that, Joe. And I could see her being in her feelings. But if Sade is going out of her way, if it's going the way that Joe was saying, which is she's going out of her way to look at this person who followed this person who followed this person, I think that that's extremely immature. That's just my opinion. I think as a grown-ass woman who's been in a relationship with Joe this long, you know your nigga, you know how he gives it the fuck up. I think it comes, and again, because I truly, just in case somebody sees it, because I don't want to come off disrespectful to any of these women. I really, really don't. But it comes off immature if what Joe is saying is true, then that comes off very immature. And if that's not how Sade is actually handling it, and that's how Joe is making her seem, which was one of her complaints, I think that's foul of Joe. Because the way that Joe makes it seem, he makes it seem like Sade acts like a teenager, kind of. Like she's one of those teenage girls who just want to like be online arguing back and forth and looking to see what her boyfriend did and what this person did and I'm gonna follow this person. Like that's real immature ass shit. If that's the case. That's how he makes her seem that's how he makes it seem when he talks about her in the way that she interacts with things online. So again, if that's not the case, Joe, fix it, because that's how you make it Sade. You make Sade look like she's immature as hell and that she is just super bothered by online fucking shenanigans. Now again, we'll get to the other situation at the end because that's different. So one of the things that she talked about that I really didn't think about is, she said that it's really weird, for him to talk about everything, because then, when she comes up to the pod, it's like all these people that's up here, like even when Joe blocks stuff out, right, or edits it out, she's like, yeah, but the people in the room still heard you. And so she feels like when she's walking into the pod, she's automatically being judged by everybody that's in that room because of the shit that you've said about her. And now there's a preconceived notion about who she is, the type of woman she is, the type of shit that she be on. It makes her uncomfortable. And I could only imagine. What I really want to know, I want to know, because Sade, Ram, and Jules said that they all in a group chat. I want to know, number one, do they got a group chat with, like, that also includes, like, Ice's girlfriend and Isha's girlfriend? And then the second thing I want to know is, how do they feel about Mel? Like, I genuinely want to know, what are their feelings about Mel being on the show? And what is their opinion on how Mel handles Ish? Because they briefly brought up during this episode, how, like, I think maybe Ian's wife said, like, as a woman, you should know how another woman is gonna take, the way that you act around their man. So that made me think of Mel, but that's just a side note. I that's the group chat I want to see the one. Search Melissa's name. I want to search Melissa's name in the group chat. Anyway. So I can understand that's probably really, really awkward to come into a room like that where you don't know these people, but they know so much about you, like personal, private shit. I can understand that. But I never thought about that, because she's been on a pod like once or twice, but I never thought about how awkward that could be with everybody else. And then especially with the fact that she does not live in New York. So it's not like she can build like a relationship with them, the way maybe like Rim can kind of get a closer relationship, because she's right there. What I didn't know, okay, so Sade said that one of the things that Joe brought up that she did not appreciate was her having an abortion. And I remember this episode that she's talking about, because they went down this whole thing about, like, how do you go through that? And you gotta, and how, like, the girl was asking him for money, or would have asked him for money, and so she's a rider, da-da-da-da. Now, what I will say, Sade, is that I did not take that as him talking about you. Joe has said on this show that he has had multiple pregnancy scares. He's had a long line of women that came before Sade. Now, she is right when she says we as the audience didn't know, but the people in the room knew what she was talking about. And from that point, that's fair. That's extremely fair. And even if me as the audience, I didn't know what he was talking about, she did, and that's all that matters. And I do think that was foul. Don't bring that up when it comes to no woman. And shout out to Ian's wife for saying like when she said that when Flip kept saying to her, oh, y'all didn't have kids, what's going on? When I'm telling you, Ian's wife is better than me, because the way I would have fucked Flip up, you do not ask unless that woman has out of her mouth told you, I do not want children, you do not ask a woman at any age why she does not have children, because you do not know why. That woman could have lost kids. That woman could not be able to actually produce kids. That it's a lot of reasons, and you don't know why. So I wish people would mind their business. She better than me. I would have beat Flip's ass. That's just me. One thing Sade did say, though, that I truly respect throughout this whole thing in the very beginning, she said, there's certain things that me and Joe go through that I can't call my friends and I can't tell them because, like, I'ma just stay. So what's the point? Let me say something, Sade. If you could see me, I would be doing a standing ovation. That's right, Sade. Keep us out the group chat if you're just going to stay. As another woman who has dealt with this from friends and family alike, it is nothing more annoying than you getting a phone call from your family member, friend, who the hell ever that's a woman, and her going the fuck off about this nigga, whether he's beating on her, no disrespect, cheating on her, let's stick to the cheating because I don't want to go down to myself, but cheating on her, talking to her crazy, da 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 da, when you know damn well she's going to stay. I respect that, Sade. I truly respect you not bringing other people into it. Now, what I will say is that I feel like you should carry that same attitude, though, over with Joe, because clearly Joe's going to do whatever it is that he wants to do. And so I think for you to constantly complain, and I don't know what you'll complain about, but let's just talk about the women for a second. For you to constantly complain about women to Joe, and again, if y'all been together this long and Joe is not changing and Joe is going to continuously do what he wants to do when it comes to other women, and he's going to constantly tell you that he can do that because he's paying for everything when it comes to you, then I'm sorry, but I really do believe in let that man cheat in peace. I ain't saying that he's cheating on Sade. I'm just saying, I feel like if you know that your nigga be out in these streets, out and about, and that at the end of the day, all you gonna do is argue with that man, but you not gonna leave him. At the most, you gonna give him hell and make him buy you a new bag, make him buy you hair, make him buy you this, fly you here, fly you there. If that's what you gonna do, you might as well just be quiet. Just be quiet. Because I'm pretty sure it's annoying to him. If it's annoying to me as the friend, it's annoying as hell as at the man. Because if anybody knows if you're going to get back with them, the man knows. That's why he keeps doing it. Yeah, that he keeps doing it because he knows you're not going anywhere. So if you're not going anywhere, the same way it applies to us as the women to don't complain, I feel like the same should go for Joe. Just let him do it. Just let him do it because he's going to do it the fuck anyway, right? So then we go around the room about who works and who doesn't work. So Ian's wife doesn't work, Sade doesn't work, Rim works, right? So I feel like, and I know like the comments was like, oh, Parks is the man, Parks is the man. I don't really think that's what it is. Like, not to like take away from Parks. I think what it is that Rim and Parks relationship to me represents a little bit more of like the average relationship, in the sense of like how they deal with, it seems like, finances in each other to a degree, right? So Ian and Joe, they both, and not to say sorry, Parks probably makes a significant amount of money too, right? But I'm saying the way that it's dealt with. So it seems like Joe and Ian, they make a significant amount of money to the point where not just that their girlfriends don't have to work, but they don't want to. I do think that might be the biggest difference, is that Sade says that she's fine not working, and I think Ian's wife is a little bit in the middle. Rim is like me. What am I supposed to do? Like, what? Like Park said, I mean, she could stay home, but like Rim is me. What am I supposed to do? There's no way on God's green earth. Okay, I have a 1-year-old, right? Prior to me having my 1-year-old, do you know how boring it was here? Like, me and my man, we've been together for a very, very, very long time. Years, right? And so for years, it's just like, bro, once we wasn't teenagers and became adults and like living on our own and shit, we are not, we're also though not like big party people. Like, at the most, me and my man, we like to travel a lot, but we don't like do like the clubs or strip clubs or go to bars. We don't really do that. So for us, not that deep into our 20s, it's like, bro, what the fuck is there to do? I could not imagine not working. I would have to do something with my time. There's no, like, there are people that can do that. Like my mom, if she wanted to, like, if it was possible, would absolutely stay home and do nothing all day. I, on the other hand, I can't do it. It would drive me up the wall. So I'm like Rim. Even if my nigga name made all the money in the world, whether that means I got to start a side business, but I'm going to go to work. I'm going to go to work. Sade says that she likes staying home, you know, because she gets to spend time with her kids and do stuff for her kids. And then Ian and his wife, they don't have any children. This is no shade about what I'm about to say. This is no shade, just an opinion. Sade staying home makes a little bit more sense to me because she got 3 kids. Now, what I will say is that her kids being a justification of her like just staying home, that's about to start weaning down, because she says she got twins that are 17, so they already out the door. You ain't really got to pay. Once they done with school this year, that's it. You done. And when I mean done, I mean as far as like an everyday basis. That's not going to be something that you have to keep on every day. And then she has a 9-year-old. Your 9-year-old in about a year or so going to pretty much be independent and not really need you for much other than like activities maybe here and there and stuff. So I'm saying all of that to say, when it comes to Sade, number one, I feel like Sade said that she was doing something before she got with Joe. I think she should start to pick that up now, because she says that she's so invested in being a girlfriend and a mother that she doesn't really have time for herself. And my question is, so what happens when those children are gone and they don't need you anymore? And what happens when Joe is so busy that he does not have time to like have you up underneath him? Because I think it's one thing for them to like have a long distance relationship, but I think if Sade is living with Joe and she's able to see how much he actually works, he might not have as much time for you as you think. And so then at that point, if your kids is pretty much, doing their own thing, and then your nigga is out here, because, he's working and moving and grooving, what you left to do? What are you left to do? My question is, what the hell do you do now? Like, no disrespect, Sade, but if your kids are 17 and your daughter is 9, that means that they're probably at school the majority of the day. So what are you doing during that time frame is my question. Like, I would hope that during that time frame, you're doing things that like, fulfill you, or maybe setting up, I don't know, like Ian's wife said, I don't know, go volunteer. Like, I hope she's doing things to help fulfill her. And one thing Joe said about her that it's clear, and when she talks, is that she's so used to giving to everybody else, but she don't seem to give to herself. I just don't want her to look up and be so deep into being like a girlfriend or a wife and a mom that she turns around and she looks up and everybody is off doing their own thing and living their life or busy, and she's just kind of like, oh, well, what the fuck? What about me? Find something to do, Sade. Use that man's money and start a business. Find something to do. When it comes to Ian's wife, I don't know what the hell she got going on. Because I just told y'all, when I had zero kids, bitch, it was so boring. I'm not trying to be funny. It was boring. Now, some people like that type of boring. I personally can't just sit around and do nothing all day. She said, I volunteer like twice a week. Girl, that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. But I will also say that I think it's unfair for Ian to like want both things. So you don't want her. You want her the way that you want her. You want her to be available to run around and do whatever it is that you want, like whatever it is, and go wherever it is that you want to go. But you also want her to have her own thing, so that when you come and talk to her, she has something interesting to talk about. Like, that's the problem. You niggas can't have it both ways. It's one or the fucking other. It ain't both. It's not both. Sometimes it's not both. Okay. So I thought that was really interesting. I found it interesting that Sade had no problem saying that she likes not working. It's her thing. She does not mind it. That's hilarious to me. So then a question comes on about, do you know how much your man makes? And all of them say they have no idea what their man makes. That's not surprising to me, because like they said, if you have all of these different streams of income coming in, I personally would like to know a rough estimate, and I think maybe they all have a rough estimate, maybe except Sade, but I think Sade says she look at it like, I know that he's fine, like, and my shit's getting paid, so like, I don't care. But I think that you should be a little bit more aware of what the hell they got going on financially. That's just my own opinion, okay? Rim says, I also want to say that it seems to me, like, all bullshit aside, all jokes aside, it seems like Sade is genuinely, like, she's genuinely happy for Joe. Like, and it seems like even when it comes to the money, it seems like, I don't know what it is in relationships, but it seems as if like she genuinely is just happy with the fact, like she's happy with what he does. Like, he don't got to do too much. He pay my bills, and however it is that he spends his money is however it is that he spends his money. I think that he really deserves it. It seems like she genuinely does believe that Joe deserves, like, financially everything that's happening to him, and that she don't really want much more from him than what he's doing. And I can respect that totally and fully. That's how it comes off. Rim is on some shit that I'm on, which is like, nigga, your money is your money, Parks. My money is my money. Like, I'm like Rim too. I could ask my man for money and he'd give it to me. But I feel weird about that. And like Grim said, it might just go back to being, like a thing where it's like, growing up, like how, your mom and them will tell you, and other black women and stuff will tell you, like, have your own bread. Like, don't let no nigga have that shit over your head. And that's the only thing. We'll get to that at the end, actually. We'll get that at the end. Sade says that, like, so the question was like, do you ask your man for money? And like I said, Rim says no, unless it's like cash or something, which is how I am. Ian's wife said no, but Ian said she don't gotta ask because I constantly replenish her thing. And Sade said, Refess, no, I do not care about. I will ask him. And Rim and Ian's wife is me. Like, how do you do that? Like, genuinely, how do you ask? And I think that comes from just, at least for me, I don't know. I just would not feel comfortable with constantly asking my man for money, because it then, for me, it comes off like you're my parent a little bit, right? Like, I gotta come and ask, hey, is it okay if you give me a couple of dollars so that I can get, I don't know, like this bag that I really like? Or is it okay? Like, I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm saying that's what it comes off. It feels like I shouldn't have to ask nobody for shit. I'm a grown-ass woman, and especially if I got my own money. Now, unless it's something like, obviously, that's going to, like, really shake up the trajectory of our household or our life. But, like, if I want to get my hair done every 2 to 3 weeks, that shouldn't be on. I feel like I shouldn't have to ask my man to do that. I'm going to do it on my own. I got it. And then especially, it's not just Joe, because I'm going to be real. It's not just Joe. A lot of people, not men, people feel like, if I'm the one that's contributing to the household and you're not, then I can pretty much do whatever the hell it is that I want to do. And who are you to complain? Like he said, when all your bills are being paid for, which I think is fucked up to say. They did also talk about, Sade says, how she hasn't really been on a girls trip or something. And so Rem and Ian's wife was like, like if we all wanted to go, like you wouldn't want to go. And she was like, I like traveling with Joe. And I believe her, because that's where I'm at. I don't want to travel nowhere at this point in my life. I don't want to travel nowhere unless my man is with me. And like she said, that's because I genuinely have fun with my man. Like, he's like literally like my best friend. I wouldn't want to go anywhere without him. If I go somewhere without him on a girls trip, all I'm going to do is be texting him or calling him every 5 seconds to tell him how these bitches is getting on my nerves. So the only way now in my life that I go on trips with girls, it has to be a couple trip. So the last time we went to Vegas, it was like 4 or 5 of us as a couple. But I can no longer do girls trips. That's not for me. I'll go, but I don't want to. I want my man with me. I'm with Sade on that. And then as far as the strip club is concerned, this is how we kind of go into the Mo thing, right? Okay. All right. So, allegedly, right? So, Sade tells this story, right? Because she was saying that she was tired of the way that Joe be trying to make her seem on the show. And like how she just be tripping out. So she tells this story of how, there was a girl or a bartender in particular that Joe was cool with. She didn't care, it's whatever. Joe brought Sade to the strip club or whatever, and introduced her to the girl. The girl was like, oh, like Sade said she felt like the girl was like, oh, this is your girlfriend. Like, oh, okay, all right. Which I'm not going to lie. It would be very confusing as a woman to know if Joe, like if you're truly Joe's woman or if you just somebody else, because Joe does whatever the fuck he wants to do. So how am I supposed to know which one of y'all to take seriously, right? So I understand the question. But, Joe formally introduced her, da-da-da-da-da. The next time Sade says she comes around, the girl act like she don't know her. Sign one of bullshit. And something that Sade and Rem and Ian's wife said that's true is that as men, y'all can't catch the shade. We're women. We know when another woman is playing in our face because we're women and we would probably do the same damn thing. We know. When I'm introduced as your woman and then the next time I meet that same girl and she try to act like she don't know, you're playing. You're playing in my face. And even if I don't, let's keep going down that story, right? So then Sade say, the whole time prior to meeting her, that girl kept her ass behind the bar because she a bartender. Now all of a sudden, you coming from behind the bar and you sitting your ass on my man. You trying to be slick. And then the last thing is, she said, this is when I would have beat her ass. She said that the girl put up a story of Joe's mug with his nail in the damn thingy and captioned it, according to your nigga loves it here, or some shit like that. Oh, so you want me to beat your ass the same way that I was saying, Melissa, read the fucking room and be able to tell if you was a woman, would you like that? Don't disrespect me. And for Joe to be like, oh, that doesn't, oh, whatever, it's not that big of a deal. You're not a woman, you don't get it. She's playing. Like all of those other things, like prior to that story, you know what? She was playing games, but I could have let her roll off my back. Now you're truly playing. So if I was Sade is actually handled it better than me, because I would have been on the first thing smoking from Houston to that club to drag allegedly Mo's ass out of that club. Nah. Shout out to the JBT community. Okay. They followed me on Blue Sky. Shout out to them. I'm probably going to tag y'all in this post too. And they put something up of a story from Mo. Now, if y'all don't know, Mo is Joe's friend who's a bartender. She's super fine. Like, be clear, Mo is fine as hell. Fine, thick, all that other shit, right? And I did always find it interesting, like the relationship between Joe and Mo, because they hang out a lot, it seems like. And I'm like, look, I wonder if Sade cares. But Joe also says that Sade and him be taking women down together. So I thought, I don't know, maybe her and maybe him and Sade took Mo down together, so she really don't give a fuck. Or maybe she just really is that secure and don't care, right? Now, JBT community put up a story that Mo had put up, and it was kind of like insinuating that she saw like the pod wives and was like, pretty much like, oh, y'all talking about me. First of all, as somebody said in the comments, girl, we wouldn't have known that she was talking about you. Like, people had to really do the math to know that she was talking about you. As many different bars and strip clubs as Joe goes to, she could have been talking about anybody, to be quite honest. But if that is true, and that's your response to that, trash, and more trash. You probably thought that given how Joe moves and given how Joe acts, that you could play these reindeer games. And you was brought up on that pot. And I really think the fact that Sade does not live in New York makes it even worse. But let me tell you something, Mo. I would have dragged your ass. And after I saw that post that you put, giving me more reason to find your ass in that club and reach across the bar and yank your ass. You got the right one. Sade is a better judge. You better be thanking Sade, because she's a better woman than I. Because Sade wouldn't be wrong if she pulled up to the bar and boop, 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 and boop, bop that girl upside her head. Because who do you think you're playing with? Sometimes, Joe, you gotta know, the same way sometimes y'all gotta put niggas in their places. Sometimes bitches be taking it too far and they think because you quiet that you won't drag. And I actually believe that Sade and Mo would be a good fucking fight. But as beautiful as Mo is, girl, you tried that. You know he has a man. And I'm not gonna even hold you like, I'm gonna put the same thing on Mo that I put on Melissa. Like, you don't think that it's weird? You don't think it's weird to be going out to eat with a nigga when he has a girl? You don't think that's weird? You don't find that odd? It's weird as fuck. Sade a better woman than me. I would have dragged I would have got the first thing second from Houston, Texas, baby. I would have came up there and squabble up. So shout out to Sade, because she better than me. But all I have to say, I did not think that this review was going to be this long. But all I have to say, I really liked the first episode. I think as a whole, I think it's good. I think that, like, again, I think the way that it's looking so far is like Rim Parks kind of represent like the average, everyday, regular relationship. I feel like Joe and Sade represents like, please, and I mean this with all due respect. I'm not trying to be disrespectful when I say this, because I'm pretty sure Sade is more than this. But Sade and Joe kind of like, they're like the representation of like, I'm trying to find a respectful way to say this. Of like, of like what we see online as far as like rappers and stuff. Like, you know, like rappers that got girlfriends and they pay for them and stuff. Like they represent like that side of it. Like the Instagram models and the going back and forth with the strippers. And they represent that type of relationship. And you got to have a certain amount of money, I feel, to even sit in the type of lane that they sit in. And then I feel like Ian and his wife, they just kind of represent like regular ass, Jewish ass, white fucking couple. I will say though that what I find interesting is I do think it's interesting the way that we look at black women who are taken care of versus white women that are taken care of. I feel like in a white community, people or other women don't really look down as much on other women like when their husbands take care of them. But I feel like in a black community, we tend to like, especially as black women, we do side-eye other black women that play the role that Sade does, which is like, I just kind of like, you know, my nigga pays for everything. And then I just kind of like deal with whatever it is that comes with him because he's paying. And I'm not saying that she's doing it just because he pays her bills, but I'm telling you that's how it comes off. And I do find that interesting because white women be putting up with just as much shit as black women when it comes to like when they men be having all this money and doing all this stuff. I don't know if it's because as black women, we were just, it's like, at least at my age bracket, it's just kind of ingrained in our head that like, you don't let no nigga have that type of power over you. You don't let no man have that much power over you because the minute that he's done with you, he's done with you. And then what are you left with? But yeah, but I'm interested, you know, we'll see what happens next episode, but y'all get in the comments, tell me what y'all think. I'm out. Bye.